All right, good morning, everybody. Just wanted to reintroduce the Angry Mechanic. He is going to show us something new today. Why don't you go ahead and tell us about it, Angry?
Hello. Yeah. So last time I wasn't when we did this, I wasn't quite ready to talk about. I had been posting in my channel and stuff, but I was working on another mod, and I wasn't quite ready to start showing it off yet. Um, but now I feel like it's in a place. I've just got a couple things to do, and I'll be able to be able to publish it through the verified creator program, and it's a player home for the Crimson Fleet. It revamps the awarded player home that you get when you side with the fleet in that quest line. And it's been my attempt because I kind of favorite the pirate side of things. I have my own lore that explains why they are the way they are and all of that fun stuff. And I was just there wasn't enough of a reward for taking that side. You lose quite a bit when you go that side. To me is one of the only quest lines if you're standing in the Unity that actually has a negative outcome. So it's a pretty heavy option in the game to take it. You lose out on a lot of POIs because the fleet's there and you don't want to go murdering your own kind, right?
Right.
So I wanted to try to better reward the player, and of course myself, right? So I decided that I needed to start at the player home and use it as an opportunity to build out a lot of Singularity lore in that aspect also, because I've streamed a character called Atoya Yar. She's my pirate turned Singularity operative. And she actually ends up being a very key important part in Singularity overall. And she's the one that leaves the player home to you. That's the reason why it's in a lot better shape than what it was. It's got some really awesome tech in there. So I tried to cover all the bases with the lore. Did a lot of writing with this one, which is not something I normally do as far as storytelling and stuff goes. It's not ever really been my forte, but got dug into it. Wicked helped quite a bit, and as far as helping edit it, and we came up with a whole what would you say, that dialect that is Atoya. It's very broken. It's a mix between English and Chinese. There was a lot of care taken to make sure that the story's told, because there's a lot in here. The stories that are told are still readable with just the English parts. There's no need to do the translation. A lot of that's just a reiteration of what she had said in English in Chinese. And I'm not even 100% sure that you can call it exactly. There's a word for it that I can't remember. We like I said, we ran it through. Oh boy.
Did Changlish?
Yeah. Can you stream to Twitch? I mean to Discord, please.
Oh, sure. Let's see. Is it on? Did you put it in here? Where do you want me to show?
No.
What do you want me to show?
No. Just to stream it to your Discord, so I can see it.
Right.
Yeah.
Stream. Okay, sorry. Yeah. Duh.
There we go. Thank you. No. It's all good.
Yeah, I wanted to introduce. Before we got into that, just reintroduce. The Angry Mechanic got his start being a patch maker for Dark Star manufacturing, Dark Star, Astrodynamics, all that good stuff. So, I guess really just Dark Star manufacturing. So he makes integration patches, so you can take it from there. Tell us about the integration patches, real quick.
What all started that is you can actually see it in the second line there on the right hand side, the DSM PDW 27 patch. I was playing just playing. I was on Xbox at the time, and I found the Discord because I had found Dark Star Manufacturing. I don't know why I didn't pick up DSA at first, but then I picked up DSM as soon as it came out, and I fell in love with Dark Star, so I went ahead and picked up DSA. And that weapon I had wanted patched into DSM something horrible. The original mod author wasn't willing to do it, and Wicked was swamped. Yeah. And I had hassled a handful of people on the Discord, trying to get somebody to patch it in hopes that somebody would get it patched in, because at the time I didn't have a computer. And with a lot of talking and a lot of people helping kind of boost my confidence, I was out of work at the time. Mm-hmm. Well, still am. But I'd been injured in February of 23 at work, and knew I needed to do something. So a lot of people in the Discord told me that we'll help you. You absolutely can do this. You're going to be just fine. You know, if you can find the means to get a computer, we'll get you going from there. It'll give you something to do. And they're not wrong about that. And it absolutely did. Yeah, something positive to do, maybe even because I knew at the time it was already open that I was probably never going to be able to go back into the type of work that I've always done, which is being, you know, a hammer swinging, knuckle busting, you know, mechanic. I mean, it's in the name. And I just knew I was going to be a mechanic. You know, I figured I was going to be that my entire life, and now with the possibility of not going back, I needed to find something. So knew that, you know, they had the whole verified creator thing in the works, and knew that was a possibility, and had heard how people were doing with it, and was like, well, I could probably learn this. So with the help of some people in real life and some approvals here and there through our local union, my computer that I used for doing taxes and stuff got a slight upgrade, and it was capable of running the creation kit and gaming on it. So I started off with that patch, and that was kind of nightmare fuel.
Just the start of
it was just the start. That was just the start of it. Yep. Wow. And then I started, you know, anything that I wanted patched in got patched in, and then I started working on a couple little my own standalone mods. I actually took a big swing. I've got a couple that I am nowhere close to ready to show, but I've got a couple. I've got another player home that I have worked on and off for over a year now, and a POI that was my first crack. It was learning the render window and world cell generation and all of that. But that'll eventually tie back into Singularity. Those will have to be redone because the name Starfall is ingrained so deep in those. And for those that don't know, I had to do a little rebrand to avoid some issues. Nothing had been brought about, but it was just, it was a possibility. So to steer clear of that, I didn't think that just choosing a name for an in-game company was going to be any problems, but you live and you learn. And so started working on a lot of my own stuff, still doing patches. And then there was a lot of push from really awesome people in the community screaming that I needed to apply for verified creator, and I had applied once and got turned down, which was understandable because at the time all I had were patches. Yeah. So.
Yeah, that was me and Wicked, a bunch of other people.
Yeah. You, Wicked. There's a handful that really hounded at me about applying, and then finally did, and it was done at breakneck speed because so many people had wrote and lied to these people and said that I was awesome, and I know I'm just playing, but
that's so funny. Anyway, so just wanted to review who we're talking to here. I mean, pretty decent chance you have at least one thing, especially if you use Darkstar, at least one thing that he made. So whether you know it or not. Okay, I'm just gonna do. I'll just do something short. Okay. So we're gonna go back. Okay, so when I was doing, hey, just to do a short little thing. So when I finished the pirate thing, I actually spent all day online on Thursday, streaming because I was like, well, I'm not going to be able to stream on Fridays because I take a 400 level game publishing class at UAH, which is University of Alabama in Huntsville, and they have a game design major. So anyway, it's from 10 to 3. It's a 5-hour class, believe it or not.
Ooh, that's a long time.
Yeah. So anyway, I went ahead and just streamed the whole thing, and so I never caught this line, but Akande says that they're going to take the legacy and give the money to the Freestar Collective.
Mm-hmm.
So I did a poll. I did a poll and said, do you really think they're going to give the money to the Freestar Collective? And it was a resounding 100% said, hell no, not a chance of that actually happening.
Yeah, but that was originally, that money was slated as, I guess you could call it reparations. For the war issue there, that the whole thing they had going on, and that was where that money was supposed to go. I'm still trying to figure out why it was all the way out there where it was supposedly supposed to go to the Freestar.
Yeah, why would it be out in Bannock 4? That makes like 0 sense.
Yeah.
So anyway.
Yeah.
Shot a few bullseyes at the ranch today.
All right.
So the main goal of this was to pack in everything that I thought could be useful for a player, plus some really cool features. Some of those, this is, by the way, still a work in progress. There are some issues that I ran into that were fighting me a little more than what I anticipated. It's visually done, and it's functionally probably 90% done.
Well, and let me tell you, and I put this in my little ads that I put up on Reddit, and you're pushing the boundaries here of like what's possible, and that's why it's hard. And anything that's worth doing is hard. So just remember that. That's how I used to tell my kids all the time. If it was easy, everyone would do it. Everyone would be a VC. So
yeah. As you can see, one of the issues I'm dealing with right now is I was trying to I was having an issue with the workbenches, and was trying to include the first person fix, and tried to make some adjustments for one of the workbenches, and that went a little haywire, and I just haven't been a chance to get that straightened out yet. But that's the cooking bench you're looking at.
Yeah, look at this.
Feeding yourself.
This is a man bench right here. Actually, and a sweet pea bench because I eat low carb, so
Yeah.
this is like right up my alley. I saw that and I'm like, yeah.
Yep, that's all in-game food that
great.
I cut away. Used a NIF scope for most of it, and cut away the rest of the assets, like the basket and the paper that was there and whatnot, and did some size adjustment. I actually think the bratwurst ended up having to go through Blender. I think I had to, because it was really weird. Mm-hmm. But Xeno Wurst. It's not bratwurst, Xeno Wurst.
Yeah, you have like two different varieties. I mean, you even have 2 different varieties of, all kinds of options here, guys. It's so funny. I love it.
I spent a phenomenal, which got washed out in the light. I spent a phenomenal amount of time just on the coals that make up the fire. And it's one of those that I knew that I could have got by with just the bare minimum, but it was one of those, if somebody else comes and looks at this in the kit or really gets in there with the camera, they're going to know that it was a lie, and I'm not okay with that. So there's quite a bit of time spent in the details that will never be seen, but I know it's there, and I wanted it to be right. So,
what's funny? There is actually a Starborn damage decal that glows red. That I wonder if you could shrink that down.
What I ended up
put that in there.
What I ended up doing was, and they do glow slightly, but like I said, the white, the red light washes it out. But I really kind of talked with Green about that whole area right there, because I was not super confident in the way it looked originally and which direction to go.
Oh, I love
And then when
it.
I got to the lighting phase of it, I was like, man, the red light's kind of killing a lot of the look. And he's like, but it looks really good.
Yeah, it does.
He's like, I think it's worth leaving. So I was like, all right, so we'll leave that. But yeah, no, I took a bunch of rocks and I shrank them down in the kit, and I material swapped them so they actually have some glowing characteristics to them. But like I said, the red light washes it out. But that was okay. You know, it was a sacrifice I was willing to make for the overall view of the area.
That's great.
Those are actually sinks that I cut down in Blender.
Okay.
And crammed together. So you can see the original right there. That's the sink, and then I cut out basically the middle bar, which would make the side of the sink. So it, you know, and the only reason why it's still got a center divider there is because I couldn't find a grill that was big enough, or that I could get to be big enough that wouldn't poke out the front.
Right.
You know, or the sides. So I was like, all right, so that'll work. But yeah, I went and deleted that whole middle section and stuff, and yeah, it was a lot of fun. You know, messing around with lightly in Blender, a lot of NIF scope work.
That's great.
Morning, Shadow, how are you?
She wants that steak on the right, medium rare, she says.
Yeah, I like it.
Yeah, and I love this. I love the little shelf with the spice, and this is my my husband makes a barbecue rub, like that knock your socks off. It's like so good.
Yep.
And you got your little cards and your little relaxation area here.
Yep. And you know, darts that you know.
So this is the common area, I guess, for the captains. Okay.
Yep. All right. So, yep.
Oh, hold on. Let me put some big goodies on this.
Yeah.
Just for fun.
Yep, it will take rifle and pistol both. Yep. This is oh boy, this was fun to do. Anybody that understands snap templates, will understand that. Of trying to get that set up, the window that you have to work in, to get that snap template set up, which I've come to figure out that there was a
lot of stuff on here.
Well, it doesn't display all of them, but it'll hold quite a bit. I don't know that there's even a mass limit on it, but yeah, I think it's 12 total. 12 rifles and 4 pistols.
That's great.
Good morning, Beta. How are you?
Ah, look at that.
Yep. So I decided that I don't get me wrong, I don't mind the regular weapon racks, but I just felt like it wouldn't have a place here, and I liked the more custom feel. So
this is awesome. Are you kidding me?
So we've got the weapon rack there, which will take rifles and pistols. On the far ends, the angled pieces at the bottom will hold ammo, and the 2 inner ones are heavy weapons, which will take 2 apiece. You got to be almost looking at the floor to get them to show up. So
okay,
because they're individual containers. There you go.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, so this is heavy weapons?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, wow. Wow, that's cool. I don't think I've ever had anything that takes them. That's cool. Oh, psh. Hold on. I know what that is.
What?
I have to turn off, let's see. Lazy scav.
Oh, it's ganking the stuff right back off of it?
Yeah. That's weird. They don't count this as a house. I've had some. That's I almost. I'm probably gonna have to get rid of this eventually.
Yeah. It's inside a player volume. I mean, inside a home volume. So.
Yeah, that's strange. No, I've noticed that it doesn't work on player homes. I mean, I've noticed that. So.
But yeah, that was I think it was one of the first things I did. Was my first focus was the armory, You know, because I figured a pirate's going to have a really nice armory.
Yeah.
Especially one that's funded by an outside source. So that was one of the things that I kind of struggled with originally. I was like, man, how am I going to tie this in as far as lore goes? You know, because lore was super important. I'm kind of a lore guy myself.
Yeah.
I never was a role player of any sorts. I played racing games and shooter games and, you know, Starfield, my first Bethesda game, my first, you know, definitely my first Bethesda game, but also one of the first ones that was kind of RPG centric. Yeah, so I got carried away with it. I have a handful of different characters, and they all tie into the single company, which is Singularity, and I was like, well, I mean, why not? We'll just use the character I already have built for Singularity, and she'll be the one that, you know, kind of fashion this into what it is. So
yeah, so tell us about that character.
Toya Yar. She was born in Neon. They weren't the family she was born into wasn't doing too bad. Her father worked for he did kind of freelance work for Core Kinetics and a couple other companies, Arboron. During the wartime, so he was doing really good, and mom was stay at home, and she had a younger brother, and then after the war, you know, finished out, their lives kind of fell apart. She was orphaned at 12. Tried to take care of her little brother by herself on the streets of Neon. And the rest of that I will leave to the lore to tell you about.
Okay.
But she gets an opportunity to get off Neon after a run-in with the Doors and Corners kid. That is an Expanse reference for anybody that hasn't seen it.
Yeah, if you've seen The Expanse, you get that one. I love it.
Yeah. She gets an opportunity to get off Neon, and she does. She goes to work for Hope Tech and gets proposed an opportunity to make some real money, and she takes it. And she didn't know that she was actually going to work for a pirate crew, so that's how she ended up with a fleet. And then
that's funny.
She becomes a captain of her own, and one fated day over Vega 4, or I think it's Vega 4C or Vega 2C. It's Vega system. I know that. It's been a while since I've wrote that, but she has her run-in with Singularity, and she's given an option of join or die.
Well,
and,
there you go.
Yeah. And she takes the option to join, and she becomes Xavier, who's the Singularity CEO. She becomes his right hand. She is the malice and the anger of Singularity when it needs to be. So she takes up posting for Singularity. She still remains fleet, but she's definitely working for Singularity, and she left the room to
Oh, I found something.
Yeah, you found it. The clue for that is in the safe in the bedroom, but you found it, which is fine.
Oh, cool. So this
there's
is like
one of those. There's one of those that's not done yet. So it's blank in this version, but that is Atoya's story told by Atoya, written to her brother.
Okay, cool. Yeah,
it's
I'll read that later.
It's a lot of reading. I'm
That's
sorry
really neat.
for those that might find it a little too dark. It was meant to be.
Well, you're a
Atoya's
freaking
story
pirate.
Yeah,
What do you
Atoya's
think? What do you
story
want?
is not enjoyable whatsoever. But she's starting her redemption arc since she had joined Singularity. She's moving away from the horribleness that was her life, and you can see some of it in some of her stories there that the healing has started. Now for the mannequins here, you can actually grab and move those with the decorator. And the reason why I did that, there are some other options. Some other mod authors have taken, put them on a switch so you can change between male and female. That gets you a single pose, but it gets you able to change the sex of the mannequin, which is super important, right? Because, you don't want to be a male character with female mannequins, and you don't want to be a female with male mannequins. So, I wanted to figure out a way to be able to switch that. And one of the main goals was that I personally like using the auto spacesuit swap mannequins. They're one of my favorite little quality of life additions to the game, and I wasn't about to try to. It's such an excellent mod, and I've looked at the coding for that. There's literally no way other to code it than the way that that mod author did. And it felt way too intrusive for me to more or less use the same system in my mod.
Mm-hmm.
When you can go get an absolutely excellent mod from them, and they deserve all of the praise because it's an amazing system they figured out there.
Yeah,
So
I'm the same.
I
don't. If someone did it better, I don't put it in my mod. I mean, I just I want to kind of keep the community. Boost the community. So
Yeah. Used a keyword, linked them to the decorator panel, so you can pick them up, move them around, delete them if you want, and then replace them with, any other mannequins that you want. So now you get the option of all the different poses, male and female. And if you're using a mod like I like to use, then you can use that mod added mannequin, and away you go. So to me, I felt like that was the best middle of the road option there. So, and kind of gave some, some freedom of choice. So,
yeah, I love it. I think it's great. Oh, I can put Grand's suit in here. I forgot about Grand's suit.
I hope that was crafted. I'll be awful disappointed if it wasn't crafted, because even my pirate couldn't do that.
No, I mean, no. I have the kid space thing.
Oh, okay.
No, I didn't kill Gran. She makes me cinnamon rolls.
Exactly.
Okay. This is like my favorite part, so I'm gonna go over here and show this. Oh, I love this. I love your fans.
The hanging lights, the fans.
Oh, look,
my little
where'd
my
you
little
get these
trail of
Christmas
stars there.
lights?
Oh, so those are actually lights that wrap around a post in a
Oh my
Keela.
gosh.
But they are
wow.
actually square.
No kidding.
Like, they are wrapped in such a way that they are meant to wrap around a square pole, but with lighting and distance to where you can actually see it. You can't tell that they're square.
Mm-hmm. All right, Shadow Weaver. We're going to have to wrap everything in freaking lights next year for Cosmic Cheer. Everything is going to be wrapped in these lights. That is so funny. I love it.
So over here we have the workbench area. Like I said,
right up my alley.
Yeah, the hit markers are a little wrong. But they've got the same kind of naming convention that the fixing holes in yourself, which is, you've got making stuff, learning how to make stuff, fixing holes in yourself, putting holes in stuff, and fixing holes in stuff. So there's a lot of ripped apart. Yeah, sorry, the markers are way off right now. I think they're actually up towards the ceiling.
Oh, fixing holes and stuff. Oh, it works.
They're all over the place right now. Yeah, they work, but it's just the markers are all janky, and that was an attempt. What the biggest issue right now is that with what we'll show you in just a little bit, the sorting system, the pre-placed containers do not want to link to the placed workbenches. The workbenches
Unlimited containers
are easy to link and get them to work just fine. The containers, I run into a strong possibility that if somebody accidentally deletes one, they delete everything that was in it, and if they use the system after that, it will send whatever would have went to that box into the void.
Oh.
So, yeah. So I didn't want the player to be able to move the boxes. Plus, for the sake of trying to keep things a little simple for myself more than anything, like those projected decals on that box are not packed in with that box. They're actually kind of floating in midair, and that was so I could turn them. If you've been in the kit, you know that there is a blue arrow that marks a projected decal, and as you can tell, there's a lot right there in that area, and I absolutely needed to be able to turn those things off. But yeah, so this system here, this that box right there, the one you were looking at, takes you straight to the ship's cargo hold without having to go through the menu.
Oh, wow. Nice.
Blam. Love it. That I had actually posted in the verified Discord server. I kind of did a teaser for this mod that it was coming soon and whatnot, and one of the other creators actually asked how I did that, and I made sure I shared that script with them because it's like a 4-line script, but it is something that I want to see absolutely everywhere. Going through that menu is painful. I don't want to do it, and if there's a button I can click or an object I can look at and it takes me straight to my ship's cargo hold, I am here for it. So
yeah, definitely. So then did you just replace the NIF with that container? Yeah, that's awesome.
Yep. It's actually an activator, by the way. It cannot be a container, or it creates a whole different space that's not to the ship's cargo.
Gotcha.
Green and I figured that out, went through heck, and in his interview he even mentioned it. It's the reason why there's the cargo hold object at the end of the shooting range, because that was
oh, that's the story there. Oh my gosh, that's hilarious.
Yeah. Okay, and so the drop crate is, that was an idea that I had and I asked about. And of course, Wicked, the amazing person that he is, knew that I wasn't going to be able to do it myself because it was going to be very script heavy, and I'm still learning scripting. Like I'm getting there. I can start parsing little pieces and making stuff work. It's a struggle though, and this was going to be way out of my wheelhouse. So I asked him. I said, "Hey, would this be possible?" And he was like, "Yeah, it absolutely could, and it's a wonderful idea." If he was like, "Can I make it?" I'm like, "Well, yeah, you can make it." He was like, "Well, I mean, of course for you to use, but can I use it after the fact?" I'm like, "You're the one that's writing it." So this is another fine example of collaboration, right?
Yeah.
So that drop crate, whatever you put in there, minus a couple objects that were intentionally left out of the sorting, it will distribute it amongst a bunch of the boxes throughout the player home.
Oh, wow.
So, like...
All right, so I put something in here.
No, you put it in the drop crate, not the contraband crate, the one at the top right.
This one? Oh, okay.
Right, yep, the drop crate.
Okay.
So, you can throw, I think, Astra don't sort, Digipix don't sort, and ship parts don't sort, but everything else should sort.
Okay, cool.
If it's mod added, it might get a little weird depending on how they keyed it. Because that uses a bunch of form lists with keywords, and some of them are a little more different. Like there's a bunch of objects that the player can pick up that I had to actually go in and add individually past inside the form list because it wouldn't sort those because somebody at Bethesda missed a keyword that would have made it sort proper. See, that's all gone. So
cool.
So
there's the
gas, water, yep.
Neat.
Organic, inorganic. If you've got contraband, it goes there.
Oh, there's my manufactured goods.
Your manufactured goods. You've got your trinkets, which is the next one over, the next toolbox.
I don't think I put any trinkets
your
in
miscellaneous.
there.
Yeah, which is your miscellaneous stuff. Underneath the decorator panel. So yeah, you've got meds and chems. See, the snow globes should sort because I had to add those. It's a separate keyword.
Let's see. Oh, that's really neat.
So, my Atoya playthrough was very, how am I going to make money early on as a pirate, kind of keeping myself in neon. So I became an Aurora dealer. So there's actually containers underneath the decorator panel that are that chair. I don't understand why that chair does that.
What's it doing?
See how you're actually offset.
Oh, I'd
that's
sit
a
like that
vanilla
anyway.
issue.
That's fine.
But so there's actually stuff to store Aurora materials in Aurora itself, completely separate of the system. Underneath the decorator panel.
Okay.
So you've got your Aurora storage and your Aurora materials. So that was just a little shout out to Atoya's character and the people that watched my stream that saw how Aurora centric my playthrough was and the struggle that it was to get all that set up and ready to go. But yeah, if you put the Chasm Bass oil in the drop box, it will actually go there first.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That's kind of neat.
Yeah. Yeah, and the Aurora will actually sort separate from the contraband, even though it's marked contraband. But yeah, and then underneath the mannequins is the rest of the system. There's helmet, boost pack, spacesuit, weapons, and ammo.
Oh wow!
So it will literally take anything. And it will divvy
really
it out
neat.
to. And I have repeatedly tried to break that system. Wicked laughed at me. One night, I just hit a bunch of zeros. I want to say it was on like lithium or some resource like that. And I dumped 2 million of it into that crate and watched it tick down, and it didn't miss a lick, and it put it all in the spot it was supposed to go. And that comes from.
You were saying
the
about
want for
mod
that
added things. Like,
So mod added things can be it since the mod author is choosing keywords for that resource. Slates and books don't sort, by the way. I didn't want those. I didn't have a spot that I felt would have been proper for those. That and I know how some people are, and yourself and a lot of a handful of other mod authors are doing those awesome bookcases. So I knew if somebody added a bookcase, they'd want their books to be easily so like I said, but so anything mod added, people choose the keywords of whatever they feel, or if it's a custom keyword, and that's mostly what this system uses are keywords, and then some form lists which include keywords, and then direct objects themselves. So like if it's keyed weird, like if a spacesuit helmet is if it's tagged as a spacesuit, not a helmet, it's going to go in the spacesuit container, not the helmet container. So
gotcha.
But the want for this system was because that's something that I do. My OCD likes to have things sorted and separate, and
that's
so
really
that was the whole thing for that system, and that's spun up some other ideas, some other instances that I'll use that for. That hopefully I get started on soon. Right now, the first of the year is kind of a super busy time for me because of taxes and all of that fun stuff. So, but yeah, so now the tech corner, what I consider my crown jewel for this whole spot.
Oh, I love that you put Hijack's little thing on there.
Absolutely, it'll be in every mod that I do. So, if I can squeeze it in there, it makes sense. It's going in. So
yeah. So Hijack just passed away not too long ago, so that's a little remembrance of him. Oh, holy cow! So this is you got ship services here. Hold on, just noticed that.
Oh, I've got all kinds of stuff there.
All right.
One of the cool parts about this is if you back out to third person, it actually looks like you're typing at the.
Oh, that's so great. Hey, I'm sitting on the chair right now.
Yeah, it depends on which side you come into it and from what angle. That chair is weird, and I tried finding a different one, and none of them wanted to play along right.
That's funny. I'm looking over there at it.
Yeah. That's so
great.
You've got the ship services at the computer.
Nice.
To the left.
Oh, I can even access my vehicle? What? That's really cool. Okay.
The left side is the mission board, the Crimson Fleet mission board,
Okay.
which is pillage and plunder.
I love
the
that
right
you gave
side
everything its own name.
is
Parlay.
parlay, which is paying your bounties.
Nice.
To the far right side is the Singularity Network. There's a lot of lore in there.
Okay, cool.
Some really funny stuff. You get introduced to a handful of characters in Singularity there. You get introduced to Diana. She is our xenobotanist biologist, which I've done a playthrough with. You've got Xavier, which is the CEO. You've got Skrit, who is the chief technical officer. Of course, stuff in there from Atoya, and then a new pair that were written just for this, who are going to be part of Singularity. You've got Cass and Ferric.
Huh. Well, cool.
And
That's
if we get time today, we can show you where Cass and Ferric are based out of. If Sweet Pea wants to do that, I sent her that file too for the Ryujin.
Okay, yeah.
The
we'll
RSOO.
We'll definitely do that.
And then the far left is a very, very well stocked vendor who is very Crimson Fleet centric.
Nice.
But plenty of credits. Will absolutely buy your stolen and contraband items. That was hugely important for me. I wanted to make that happen. Starts off like 146,000 credits. So.
Oh my god, that's great because I just did the whole Crimson Fleet quest. I have a crap ton of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
That vendor sells the Revenant and the Keel Hauler. That was one thing that kind of bothered me. If you're playing vanilla and you don't have something like Darkstar where you can craft your own version or any of the other crafting mods, you only get one copy of the Revenant and the Keel Hauler. And sometimes you want to, give them to a companion, or better yet, you want to display it at your outpost or even in this player home. And it kind of sucks because the Revenant is one of the best guns in the vanilla game.
Oh yeah. It's it kind of spoils you actually. You're like, I don't want to use any other gun after using it.
So I was like, well, this is not okay. I didn't adjust the price any. They're pretty expensive, especially if you're started out early on, but they're there. They're available for purchase. I made sure that all the pirate clothes and spacesuits were available. I gathered those leveled lists and added those. The pirate weapons, plus some of my own choices thrown in there. But yeah, and I haven't tested it yet, but hopefully, if you have EX, it should also sell EX stuff.
Oh, hold on a minute. Hold on a minute. Yes. This is what I'm telling you though. If you're using EX, you just need to get rid of like every other thing.
Yeah.
Oh, there we go. Elite
Bingo.
pirate stuff. Yay. Cool.
Yep. And
I need like all this stuff for my research.
That was a real simple grab the right vendor level list because he injects into it. I didn't touch it. I just grabbed it and added it to my own.
Nice.
And it's now, we're going to put this in air quotes, compatible.
Yeah. Not. Yeah. No
no patch needed, but it works.
No patch needed. That's what, I think I was saying before. I think that's going to be kind of the future of things, like that we can make these things just innately compatible, and then you don't have to have all these patches. That'll be great.
Yep, and I got to talk to Karotic because I'm gonna make sure I get the right vendors for the med stuff. So.
Yeah. Cool. Huh.
But yep, I just wanted to make sure. So any, like I said, again, circling. It's one of those things I had to keep in mind, right? Not everybody uses Darkstar. I'm very spoiled to Darkstar and all of its capabilities. So I actually ended up having to go back into that leveled list and add Like, I added Shingyavas's outfit and
That's so
Delgado's and Neva's, because I was like, well, it would be really cool to have these available as a pirate, and there's no way to do that vanilla.
Well,
So
what's great
I went
is
back through and
the mod that I got, the fleet outfitted.
Mhm.
I'm seeing
Mhm.
the stuff in here, which I think is great because I love it.
Yeah.
I love this one, the shielded raider
Yep.
outfit. I love that. I mean, it's
Yep, yep.
Delgado's outfit, but it looks totally different because of the color changes. That's cool.
But yeah, that was there was a lot of time and stuff that went into that, which it looks like it's getting that anyway. So that, or are those yours? No, that's under the buy. Perfect.
Uh-huh.
Perfect.
Yep, that's what I was saying. I'm like really excited to see these.
And that was a lot of hand picking different leveled lists, which are what control inventory, and some of them had to be added specifically, and like, I absolutely made it to where you could craft Aurora. Like, I made sure that it had enough in there, and it even sells Aurora if you just don't want to craft it. And
well, what's cool
like
is I'm seeing a lot of other mods are showing up in these lists, which probably wasn't intended, but it's nice.
Well, I did include the trade authority leveled list, and a lot of people use that. So that was, I used the generic trade authority leveled list, which, leveled lists spawn in things at random. It's got a huge list that it pulls from. So it just worked out, right?
This is all Tennessee's Tech Runner. If you didn't know that, that's and folks that are watching. So Tennessee's Tech Runner, if you're that one stupid piece of stuff you can't find, it's here. That's fantastic.
But yeah.
Ooh, high-speed cables.
Like I said,
I always need these.
that's just a happy accident, really. So
yeah, that's great.
Definitely wanted to make sure that it had a very wide range, and like I said, because it's tied into Singularity, and you'll get a little more story, and as I get more mods published, we'll get more and more story and fill in and lore behind Singularity. So
blend. Look at all that box grog. I'm buying all that. So, okay. So Boggs grog. If you have functional decor, okay. If you have functional decor, you go to where the piratey stuff is.
Mm-hmm.
You need Boggs grog to make it. So
nice.
Yeah. So I'm always needing Boggs grog. Yeah. So you got flags, and so you can even put more crap up here if you wanted to.
Mm-hmm.
It's even.
No, my 3D printers. My 3D printers that are absolutely a vanilla asset that I just hacked away at and added a switch panel and some cables. They're the outpost fabricators, the mid-tier outpost fabricator. They're normally white with a. Hey, I have that set of lights in the bedroom.
I know. I love it. It's so great. What else? Oh, and the terracotta pirate. You can put the terracotta pirate.
Nice. I like what he did with that. That's beautiful.
Isn't that hilarious?
Yep. See, that spot I actually left open for myself, and it was so I could put my Darkstar all-in-one terminal on that wall right there.
That's awesome.
From the Constellation drop crate.
Yeah, Yep. That's awesome. Fun. Okay. Here we go. All right, let's move on to the bedroom.
The bedroom. So that's our Aurora table. Like I said, Aurora plays a huge part, and at least one of the mods I have planned will really flesh out that story.
This is Sweet Pea's accent wall right here.
It absolutely. So yeah, let's talk about that. There is so much that is included in this player home that were people's suggestions from just hanging out and shooting the shit in the Darkstar Discord in one of the voice channels. Mm-hmm. I was streaming one night, and Sweet Pea was looking at this, and she's like, well, this really needs an accent wall. It really needs an art wall, an accent wall. It's okay. So that's what I found. It used to actually be on the other wall. Yeah, it used to be on the other wall, and then it got moved, and I went crazy with the projected decals and made that mural.
I love this.
the Crimson
it.
Fleet logo on the wall. If you look at the cargo net above the bed, you will notice that there are some ill-placed weights up there. Definitely suggestion from Cat Lady Clem. She just thought that would be hilarious. You know, weights in a cargo net above your bed. Brilliant. The doors and corners was from Old Man. He said I absolutely needed something from The Expanse, so that's what I came up with. Again, with projected decals. The ammo displays, that's actually Sith. Sith wanted that. He was like, man, you know, it'd be really cool to have some actual ammo displays. We don't ever really get those. Okay, cool. There's a lot in here from the Green Recon, either making suggestions or, you know, well, mostly suggestions or trying to help with direction because, you know, his interior decoration is phenomenal.
Oh, yeah, he's amazing.
I absolutely look up to what he has to say, you know, and I take it with very heavy consideration. It's the reason why there ended up being a whole art wall over here. The safe bomb was a joke.
Oh, I was there when you were making that.
Yeah, the safe bomb was a joke. It was just a running joke that we had as a conversation, and I was like, you know what? It's happening. I decided, in the essence of not making angry players, that it would not work. It's there just to set dressing. It's designed. It was debated of if you don't have a key and you go to open it, it would blow up, and I was like, that would make for some angry players. Let's not. So the safe includes Crix's journal entries, which are a skill magazine. You can take them and, you know, get the perks from them, or you can't. It's completely up to you, but I felt like that was a nice little bonus. Then these two, a clue and a wellness check, are actually lore slates. Well, the clue is to find the container you found earlier. And then I included all of Crix's interviews if you didn't want to go hunting around the key to find them, and everywhere else. So.
Oh, and Betamax wanted to point out that you can actually, his little Boggs Grog machine, you can actually buy Boggs Grog.
Nice.
Nice. Yeah.
So there's not a.
He's tired.
There's not a lot going on in the bedroom. There are some safe storages that won't, you know, that don't get anything dumped in from the system, which are built into the entertainment center there. As you can tell, Toya liked, she was quite the collector. You know, if it was there and easily nabbed, she nabbed it. Don't ask about the TV. We're not going to talk about it. And then in the bathroom, we have, you know, Ode to Vade Victus, right?
Funny.
You actually
you can drink out of the sink.
Yep, you can drink from the sink. Gives you the hydrated. That was a community share script from Downfall. I greatly appreciate that.
That's great.
That's an enhanced mirror. That's the very basic one, so you can go in and do your hair and stuff, and that's about as far as that one goes.
Nice.
There's actually two different enhance options, and since this one was on the free side.
Okay, so you can just do like your hair.
Yeah. Yep. You can do your face and your you know, but it's not the full blown. And I felt since I wasn't charging anything, that it was, you know, you'd get the discount version.
Yeah. No, I actually kind of like that. I mean, because that makes perfect sense, you know.
Well, yeah, pirates got to change their appearance from time to time. You know, a little bit of disguise going on there.
Right.
You're not gonna get too crazy with it. You can actually, you know. Oh, okay.
Okay, I don't know what that was.
You can actually sit down at the toilet. The Lusty Argonian Maid is a shout out for the Elder Scrolls players. Apparently, I don't know anything about it. I've never played any of the Elder Scrolls games. Wicked was insistent on it. So you got that.
That's so funny. Oh,
okay. Here went. Yes, Desquell. I've never played it.
Moby Dick is in the trash. I feel that.
Well,
I had to
yeah.
read that in high school.
I actually think it's considered. I think in the CK, I think it's actually called trash book.
That's funny. Actually, I mean, I liked some of the movies, but especially the one with the guy that plays Captain Picard. I like that.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, the shower. If you're not running on extreme settings, it will take away all your afflictions and bring your health back up. It's called the Fountain of Youth.
Oh, nice.
It doesn't turn on or anything yet. Something I'm going to circle back to and eventually add. I just know that is kind of a nightmare to do. So.
I think it's funny that you said hang tight because I can literally hear you saying that. Curing your afflictions, hang tight. I can just hear you saying that.
It will not do away with the yellow bar if you're running on like the extreme difficulties. The only way to reset that yellow bar is to sleep. Right. And I figured it was best not to pop up a menu and ask you how long you wanted to take a shower for. Because that is done at engine level and is only triggered from the sleep menu. So,
gotcha.
Unfortunately, it didn't get what I wanted. That was a whole lot of hair pulling over that system. And finally, it was just like, okay, it's good enough. It does the afflictions and it does the health. It just doesn't do away with the yellow. So,
I'll tell you what, I still can't get over this. I mean, I'm just like, yes. I mean, I know you were pulling your hair out over working with these snap templates, but it's amazing. I love it. This is really great.
Well, but now that I figured it out, I'm going to include it. You know, even Green commented on that one evening. He was like, I love that you figured that out. And now you absolutely are going to use that skill set everywhere. Because on the safe actually stores a pistol on top. The one in the bedroom stores a pistol on top and a rifle on the side.
Oh, wait a minute. That's really cool.
So if you move up a little farther,
okay.
if you move up, you'll hit the activator, the weapon rack right there.
Cool.
Yep. So you can put a pistol and a rifle on it, and it will store one of each. And so if you do, yep.
Oh,
I might have to turn the light on to see them, but yeah. Eon on the top and the.
Oh, that's cool. In there? Yeah, I put a Grendel on the side.
Yep. Which I figured made sense, right?
Yeah.
Pirates.
Oh, is there a light switch here? Or
no.
Oh, okay.
I debated on that a bunch, and I intentionally left it kind of dark.
Yeah. No, I like it.
Because if you go in and you look at the other, the other rooms, they're also kind of dark. I use kind of the same lighting scheme, especially with Delgado's. Delgado's has the more soft white light in it, and that was something I wanted to include and tie in, so I used it as my... Yeah, there's not a lot of spot to decorate in here. I know that's not your cup of tea, but
no,
I appreciate you looking at it anyways.
Oh, no. I love it. I think this is really cool. I don't necessarily want to have to decorate every single place. I usually... Well, because it starts giving you problems with your game. I mean...
Yeah.
You can't full out decorate every space you encounter.
Yep. And I tried to keep this as light as possible on the resources. I think there's it would be crazy to look at. I think there are like 15 pack-ins total. Instant static pack-ins. That makes up the whole player home.
Wow.
Everything else is either invisible activator or workbench activator. I tried to be extremely light on the resources.
Yeah, I mean, it's pretty amazing what you did in this small space. I mean, really, this is really cool.
Yeah. Well, that was the entire goal. Oh yeah, the decals on the wall for the Free Star and the UC and the it was just originally the UC and the Free Star where I X'd that out. That was Sith suggested that. He was like, man, it'd be funny, and it would be. And so those got put up on the wall, and Green was looking at it the first time. He said, oh, what, no love for the snake? I'm like, I got you, I'll throw that in there.
That's awesome. Gotta put my rugs in.
I might have to do that soon, Desquil. Might have to do that soon. Yeah, underneath the computer chair is actually a blanket And that was a suggestion from Fuzz. He was like, "Man, you got to have a blanket under the computer desk. You got to have one." He was like, "Cause your legs will get cold." So yeah,
Oh, I
why
know.
not?
I totally do. I mean, like in real life, I literally have a blanket. My cat, half the time, one of my cats is on it. But actually, I like how these little things look better. Than the candle.
There's shelving up on top of the computer racks that you can use.
There we go.
Uh,
Got to put
on
some
top of the
sweet pea
consoles. That's all boxed in, so you can actually use it.
Cool.
Kat was testing this for me, and she actually she hopped up on one of the counters there and she used one of the in honor of hijack little pieces up on that corner.
Oh, nice.
On the computer thing. She was like, "Yes, that's perfect." I'm like, "That wasn't even intentional. It just if I left it open, it was going to drive me crazy."
All right, I got to put one of your trees.
One of those trees.
This is
I
actually.
still feel bad for that.
was
Still feel really
so
bad
funny.
for that. You can actually decorate slightly
cool.
outside. It's
Yeah.
the area's not huge.
That's what I did to
actually-
the sleep crate. I pulled it out about
Yeah,
halfway in the hallway, and it works pretty good.
Yeah, it's even with the roll up door that you have to first walk through. That door frame, that's actually even with that. So you could do mess around with the kitchen, add anything you wanted to. I really debated on making it to where some of this would be deletable, but I felt really bad because the crates would actually, the sorting crates would actually have to stay behind. So it was one of those, I was like, well, nah, maybe not, because then you're deleting a whole bunch of functionality out of it.
I don't think you really can. I mean, just because you have everything so packed in, you don't want people like deleting the wrong things.
I could have made the room a lot bigger. I mean, of course, it's gray space on the back side of this room, right?
Yeah.
It's just gray space because this is a dungeon cell. And I could have made it 2-story, 3-story, whatever. And I was like, it doesn't really feel right?
Yeah,
because
no.
the story is that Singularity back to Toya has worked on expanding this and throwing some nice tech in here for her to use. And where is enough? And I was like, well, it's definitely got to have a bathroom. I want this to be an absolute fully functional player home.
Yeah.
Right. So a bathroom with some cool little features. So it's extended slightly, but not all that much. The bathroom could actually be double its size, but it was one of those, where does it feel right?
Right.
That,
where it still fits in.
Yeah, she does. You don't want her drawing too much attention that she's backed by somebody else, right? Because the fleet expects you to be fleet 100% and nothing else.
Right.
So, they'd have her head if, they found out she was working for somebody else. Yeah, you got to be right inside that threshold or it cancels out the builder. So, but yeah, so that was one of those things that you could have made it a lot bigger, but I felt like I hit a pretty good median there. That it there you go, very nice, love it. Already making it even more functional.
Yeah.
That tree. Love that tree.
It actually works really good right there. I didn't want to cover up the artwork. All right, cool. All right, so now we're heading off to check out
the Ryujin Tower.
One. Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's do that. Fun times.
So this one, I'll go ahead and preface it. It's not going to be a full player home. I didn't feel like that matched with what, they gave you an office, right? And I wanted it to continue to feel like an office. And there's a lot of really good player homes already in Neon. Vanilla, it's some of the better options, right? The sleep crate's cool. It matches where it's supposed to be, and it fits really well in it. And the Sky Suite, is actually a really nice area. It's a little small for what you pay, but I mean that's Neon, right? But I just wanted this to be an office because I knew that eventually I was going to do my own take on something in Neon. It was actually one of the main drivers for me playing Cyberpunk, right? Because I knew that was the aesthetic that Neon was kind of based off of. right? It was supposed to be a cyberpunk-ish aesthetic, that ended up being neon. And I was like, well, why not go to a good place to get all that and take a look and get a feel for a future player home there that I want to do.
What's funny is I think it's actually Blade Runner.
Blade Runner. Well,
Yeah.
Cyberpunk is super deep in Blade Runner.
Yeah.
I mean, even the creator of that game said that the next one will feel less Blade Runner and more American. Were almost his exact words. But anyways, that was one of those. Why not? Right? It's a good place to get some source material and to really look at and get a feel for. So, so that's what got me playing Cyberpunk, and I got some really good ideas, and I've already started to incorporate it into the office, like I said, because it will always remain an office. Of course, you'll be able to decorate it, so you throw a bunk in there if you want, but coming from me, it will just be an office. You actually didn't even have to do any of that.
I know.
You can just go to the tower and go up to drone, Tranquility drone. And then you can just TCL up through the floor.
Oh, okay.
That's the way I've been testing it. Not even gonna lie to you.
It's funny.
But so there's already some elements that I've pulled in from that game, that setting, that feel, that vibe, that I've already started to try to incorporate into this office. There are some things that I'm gunning to do with this one that I've already talked to a handful of people. If you just TCL, you can fly up through the floor, and you'll be up just underneath the main room there. So
We'll find out soon enough.
you keep going up. It's a security office, and there's the main room. So nobody gets mad. Nobody says anything. You can just. You'll have to TCL through the other door, but at least you better run up through there.
Okay.
So. Yeah, there's actually 2 spots where because it's, like I said, this is a really hard work in progress. Everybody just throwing that out there now. There's randomly placed stuff. That's me. The next one over. To
this
the
way?
left.
Okay.
Yep, right there, that one.
Okay.
Yep. So you got to TCL through that door. But yeah, this is Miss O did this. Apparently, we had the idea at about the same time, and hers is absolutely amazing. Credit where credit is due. Oh, wait a minute. I did move that door out, so you can get to the back room. Yes. As you can see, this is still work in progress. This is, like, you can see where I'm going with this. This is going to be a giant whiteboard with, randomness on it. It's like I said, it's meant to just be an office. And
So my little ADHD thought this is like how I work. So I get that.
Yes. Yeah. Well, so this is gonna be left to you from Cass and Ferric. You get a little taste of Cass and Ferric in the Crimson Fleet in the Crimson Fleet player home.
Uh-huh.
A lot of that will continue over. Like the Singularity Network will have a lot of that same lore in it because that's intercompany talk.
Uh-huh.
So you'll get that in each one of the player homes, but there will be additional stuff to help flesh out the characters that you're basically coming in behind.
Okay.
Cass and Ferric are a duo. They are insanely wild. Well, she is something else. She is outspoken and wild and strong and an absolute amazing female character that Wicked and I kind of just bashed at one night and had an entire new, set of characters ready to go. Wicked is, an amazing writer. So,
Yeah.
I get the ideas and he helps with the details and we get that fleshed out. So, like I said, each one of these player homes I do are going to have a character from Singularity tied to it, and it's going to be something for you to, dive into and get a real good taste of the lore. But yeah, this one I'm going to do some bigger stuff with, which is actually going to happen more or less in the back room.
Okay.
The front's going to stay kind of tame where it is. I'll finish out that board. I'm going to add a small weapon rack by the chair, so it looks like you got a gun there ready to go. The shutters on the left are mannequin. That's going to be a hidden sliding door, pocket door, on that wall. Yep. So that's how
here?
you get into the back. No,
Oh,
the
this
open spot
this,
now.
Okay,
Yeah,
okay. This
Yeah,
will
that'll
be a
be your-
sliding door.
yeah. That'll be a sliding pocket door. That'll be activated from
Cool.
the desk with a secret switch.
All right, if you figure out how to
but,
do animations for that, tell me, because I have an idea to make.
Well, there's actually a
sliding
vanilla
doors.
sliding. Yeah, there's a vanilla sliding door. The sleep crate doors.
Oh, right. Okay.
Yeah. So this is my Cyber Runner room. This has already been the
Nice.
main focus. The chair actually works. There are some things. We've talked to the magician that is known as Marv.
Right.
I've already talked to him. That whole panel system, monitor system will slide forward once you sit in the chair, and it will slide away once you go to leave the chair.
Oh, wow.
Because right now it's kind of janky. This animation was never meant for first person. So, more or less it's weird, but it's one of those, we're going to work on that, try to get it a little buttered up a little better, but it'll be just one of those things. But yeah, so like I said, the chair works itself. Oh, look at you go. Just ganking it all.
I just had to check. See if I could.
Yeah, no.
That's cool. It's
So
all the
like I
power.
said, I've started to work on this. Hoping. This is only a hope that each one of those panels will be a workbench. That's the main hope.
Wow. That's going to be really cool.
Yeah. Like, and your board, I'm going to try to get as much of the feature from what I've done with the Crimson Fleet player home into this one.
You know what you need to
without
do?
it being
You know what'd be cool is if you just had like a big rack of 3D printers, so it makes
Well, so
it's like
that
you could
was
do that. That'd be kinda cool.
that was something that Wicked and I've talked about. I'm glad you said that. That was actually one of the ideas I had. If those do become workbenches, what I want to do is intercept what you make, and I want to put it into. It's going to be over in the other room because I can't sink anything into that wall. That's actually on the back side of that other office, so there's no space for me to grow out that way. So I was actually going to do it in the main room by the vertical slat wall there. Is intercept whatever you make at the workbench and put it in a container in that room underneath the 3D printer. Because I love that asset. I love the way it turned out. I was going to do some recoloration on it and make it work for this. So,
Yeah, that's really cool.
But, and it's going to be really weird. Don't know if I'm going to be able to intercept what you make and put it somewhere else. That is the goal. Have an idea of how that would work. And it's comical. You'd actually use the companion affinity system.
Huh.
That's where the hook may come from, because there's not a lot that the game looks at, right? So it just does what you tell it to do, and it doesn't really monitor what's going on. In some instances, the workbenches are one of those, but it does monitor what you're doing at the workbench with a companion, because they trigger, right? They say something whenever you're crafting. So that's the hope of
Interesting.
trying to get that to happen. Don't know if it'll happen. Don't know if it'll actually work, but that is the hope. I want you to be able to sit in here and do everything and then leave this room to get all of your goodies that you've done while you were in there.
Yeah,
So,
this is what I'm talking about. Like you guys, and I've heard other people say, that Starfield is a pretty young game in the big scheme
absolutely.
of things. And you think about how far mods have come in 1 year where people are talking about doing this kind of stuff. And you're like, what? I mean, that is crazy. And I'm telling you guys, it's because we have so much collaboration.
Collaboration is 1000% the key. If anybody says any different, they're missing out. It is 100% collaboration. I cannot tell you. I can point at every mod. You boot up a mod of somebody that's involved and active in the Dark Star Discord, because that is our that turned in from what was supposed to be mod support for a single series of mods to
A think
an
tank,
absolute
basically.
hub. Yeah,
The think tank
but
for this game.
I can go through and point at, I know that idea came from a conversation one night. That idea, that functionality happened from a conversation, that and that and that. And it's just, and it's all collaboration. It's, like you said, a think tank. We'll get in there and get on, a conversation that'll peel off in 4 different directions. But, there is fruit to be had from that, that people, they get in there, they get talking, because as much as we'd like to, we're not all masters of everything when it comes to that. We all have our specialties, and and the beautiful part about it is I was never one to really ask for help before. Now it's just one of those, hey man, or hey y'all, or whatever, of, you got an idea? You're really good at this. Can you help me out with this? Or how would I go about this? And then you get led in the right direction and helped along the way. So.
Well, and we actually, I mean, at this point, we have somebody who knows something about what you want to do, like in any kind of area, and it saves us huge amounts of time. Because, like, I mean, I was thinking about poor Marv. I mean, in my little area of expertise is making constructible objects at this point, and at Betamax too, but it's like, like Marv was sitting there banging his head, could not figure out, and he was like, will you just look at this? And it was just one little checkbox he did do. I'm like, oh, that has to get checked. That's all.
I can't remember who it was with. They were having they were having a problem with pack-ins, and because of you, I knew, like, they couldn't get it to work. They couldn't get it to show up. I'm like, hey, by the way, did you give it a name?
Yeah.
And ta-da, it works.
Yeah.
So.
Yep, you have to give it a name.
We missed. There's one other thing in this.
Okay.
If you go back in that back room,
okay.
The shutters. If you hit the shutters, no, not that one. Back up a little bit. The big stainless shutters on the left-hand side.
Oh.
That's going to be your.
Oh. Holy cow! Oh, nice. Yeah, that's really cool.
And so you can see part of the wall is sunk in there.
Uh-huh.
I got to set up another sliding door there. If you TCL through that, this is my super spy. This is my shout out to super spyness.
Oh man.
It's an escape way.
Cool.
Into the vent system.
Oh my gosh. That's really neat. Holy cow! Now that that was already
vanilla.
here, right?
This is vanilla. I just tied into the vanilla system, but it gives you an alternate out from the office.
That's neat.
Yep. And if you take a right, you're back out on the main floor, right there.
Huh.
Just down from the office, because the office is to the right.
That's really neat. Ooh. Wee. That's really neat. I love it.
Mm-hmm.
It's funny.
Oh.
You should put a like a contraband cache right there. Like a I'm sure you can have all kinds of stuff in there.
Yep. Like I said, I'm going to try to do the same feature packed thing in a small area, but like I said, I'm not intending on it to be an actual like full-blown player home, bed and all that. It'll still be decoratable, but I'm going to leave that up to the player, because it's going to be really tight in there,
Yeah.
And it's another one of those, it's meant to be a small confined space. I felt like that was the way to go with it. That's, it's a personal thing, right? We got to do what we love and what we like, or it's never going to get done. Right? So that's something I've been working on here and there. Like I said, the main focus right now is getting the Crimson Fleet player home knocked out, and once I get the workbench animation and that sorting issue figured out, like I said, so that it'll see the inventory, because that's just a non-starter for me. If the workbenches can't see the inventory you put in those boxes, what's the point, right?
Right.
So that's the goal with that, and I'm hoping in the next week or so. I'm not going to give myself a hard deadline. I did that once already, and everything broke down at the end, and I worked on having a little breakdown with it. So,
Hey, you know what? Like I said, it's funny. Walt Disney said that you have to have audacious goals, and that's what you have. That's what you got to do. So keep it up.
And and the beautiful thing that I've learned here recently, I was dealing with a lot of burnout because I had constantly been doing something, right? Even though I don't have a bunch published, I've got so many. There are probably 30 or 40 different mods started in some way, shape, or form. Even if it's just an idea, I've got a page or two of an idea wrote out and it's saved in a folder as a placeholder for that mod.
Yeah.
There's a bunch I want to do, and it's just the time and the knowledge, and I'm getting faster at things because I'm learning more. But something that has helped me tremendously is I've actually started playing other games. I was never one to do that, right? But because I'm mixing pleasure and work, I've had to start branching out. But the beautiful part about that is I've come up with some really good ideas. Like I just started playing No Man's Sky the other day. There is a very small feature that I found, if anybody that's played it, in the capital ship. It's a room that you can build. And I'm not going to go into huge detail, but it's a room you can build, and it does something. And I was like, man, that would be cool for Starfield. I'm going to make it happen.
Yeah.
Because it's actually super simple. It's script based. It'll take me 15-20 minutes to get the general layout of it's going to be a ship hab, and it's going to be something that you can fly around with, and it will passively do something, and it should be really cool once it's done. But it's one of those small quality of life things, and it'll be good for people that like to spend a lot of time in their ships, and I know that is a bunch of us.
Yeah,
right?
me.
and then I've got another idea that I'm working towards. Good morning.
Yeah, Briar Shades.
Old man, you never answered me. Are you all right? You said sugar emergency. Are you all right?
Had a sugar emergency. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
You had to eat something.
But yeah, so I've been playing a little bit different. Played Cyberpunk, No Man's Sky, and I've actually kind of with Green and Deskel as a way to blow off some steam from time to time. I've actually got back into my shooter roots with them, even though I'm absolutely horrible nowadays. Playing a little Red Sec Battlefront 6. So
okay.
But yeah, that's helped. It's really helped a bunch, especially with my creativity. So
yeah, I actually I'm taking that. Like I said, I'm taking that 400 level game publishing class. So
that's amazing.
I've had to download a lot of games because the game that we're going to end up making is what you call a walking simulator, a walking sim.
Yep.
Well, I've never played that kind of game, so if I am going to know what the heck I'm talking about or doing, I gotta play some more games. So if y'all see me playing games, that's what that's all about. I'm not quitting. It's nothing dramatic. Not quitting Starfield or whatever. It's just I have to make this other kind of game, so I have to do it. So
and it's a lot of people don't realize that's actually really good for us, right? Just step away, because like I said, we're blending entertainment and fun with work.
Yeah, and it gives me that's one of those ideas. I mean, I get all my ideas from playing games. So
yep. Yeah. But it's good to have a little break here and there. It's not that you're leaving it or you're never going to do it again. It's just, you need ideas and you need a little break from it. Old man, a 5-pound bag of sugar exploded in your kitchen.
Oh no!
Yeah, that's a sugar emergency.
Yeah, that is a
horrible.
sugar emergency. I thought you were telling me you were hungry.
At least you have a rescue mission.
Rescue mission. He can't even do his rescue mission if he doesn't have his sugar to make his brownies.
Yeah. I actually have a fun story about that. When not long, a couple years after me and the old lady got together, we ended up renting an apartment with another couple that we were really, really close with, because we were all just starting out kind of fresh in life, and none of us had really good jobs, and rent was kind of expensive. So it was one of those. And during that time is when we ended up with our first Dotson. He adopted me more than we adopted him, and I say adopted, but he claimed. Because her mom was the old lady's mom was breeding Dachshunds at the time. They're purebreds, but none of them had papers.
Mm-hmm.
The mom and dad did, but none of the pups did. So she called one day, super excited. She said, "Oh, you got to come see this new litter. I have my first piebald."
What's up?
Which a piebald Dachshund is primarily white with red spot. And she's like, "You got to come see him. Got to come see him. He's huge." And he was twice the size of his litter mates. Came out with a broken tail because he was so big that it broke his tail during the birthing process. He was huge, and so we waited a couple weeks till they were eyes open, bouncing around all around the house to go see this dog she was super proud of. And I walked in the house, he ran up and peed on my boot. So I just snatched him up, and I'm like, "Okay, this is mine now. He's mine, and see, this is okay. Sorry, I'm leaving with this dog. He's already claimed me. This is it.
He's already made.
So
I'm his now."
Thor is at this point probably 2 years old, and the female of the other couple was working on a hardcore diet, and she had bought a bag of stevia sugar.
Ooh.
Right? I have no idea how he got a hold of it, but it was a massacre. He managed to get a hole in that bag and then run around the house. It was into the bedrooms, into the bathroom, through the kitchen, onto the couches, on the coffee table.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, yeah.
It's like, how do you even do that?
Talk about sugar emergency there. So I understand where you're coming from, old man, except ours was in the middle of summer. So it was a fight for 3 months with the ants.
Oh, no. Oh,
yeah.
That's terrible.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Now Thor is 12, and contrary as can be, he's an old man and angry about it. Sound familiar?
Yep.
Oh, you take me to the nicest places.
Yep.
Barrett's snark about being on the key. Like he
Yeah, he's not happy about it.
He has a new thing to say about it every time. It's really funny. He's like, we should have put our grumpy faces on, our grumpy pirate faces on.
Barrett is probably one of the most well polished Constellation companions.
Oh,
he
definitely.
Really is.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, he's got a remark for everything.
Yes, exactly. He has a plethora of lines, and it feels like he's got so much more than the rest. Mm-hmm. And they're almost always comical or always on point.
Yeah. Yeah. His snark is the best. I love it.
But yeah, so as we saw, that was just me trying to build in a little more reward for players who chose the Crimson Fleet on that quest line. So like I said, it's one of the few that's wholly negative in any path that you go. If that's the path you go.
Oh, look! The candles are.
Oh boy, your candles are doing their thing, aren't they?
Yep.
I like it a bunch.
Yeah, a lot of times you have to leave and come back.
Yeah.
You
got to reload the cell. It's just some Bethesda jank. So, but yeah, that's like I said, real close, and I got to get this the workbench thing. As far as the markers go, that's easy enough to sort. I just got to revert back some things, and then there's one that's in particular being a problem child. I'm going to try a couple different things with it. And then the sorting thing, I've got an answer for that, but then I went to go do it. Well, I do have an answer for that, but I went to go do it, and nothing wanted to play along. Mm-hmm. And I was like I said, I was staring down the barrel of self-imposed deadline, and I was like, you know what? Nope. The deadline's out the window, and we're done with it, and we'll figure it out. We're gonna take a little break, and so I just gotten my donation point payout from Nexus that finally gave me enough points to pick up No Man's Sky, so I picked it up, and I've been messing around in it and getting ideas and thinking about Starfield the entire time.
Yeah, I'm actually going to do that.
So-
I'm going to add a couple more of my mods. Well, okay. So with the whole debacle with the whole issue with people putting, like, if you have something that's the same name and you put it and it's free, and then you put it as achievement friendly, sometimes you basically have to be a computer guru to figure out how to make it work. So although I actually think I figured out how to make it work, and I might actually even add that after our interview, tell people how to do it. There's a couple things I wanted to tell people how to do, but I kind of figured out that if I release something as a free mod, I'm not going to make it paid.
I got you.
I'm not ever going to do that again, just because it. Like I said, I think you have to be right the way it is right now, and hopefully they're going to fix this, but the way it is right now, you have to be a bit of a computer genius to figure out how to use the paid mod.
Well, yeah. So and that only works. That literally only works if you're on PC.
Right.
The Xbox players don't have that option. So right now, that is a debacle that we do need something from Bethesda to really sort out, because the only option, if you do want to take the same mod and make it achievement friendly, it has to have a completely different ESM name.
Right.
So now you're more or less maintaining two different mods.
Right. Right. And also, the thing is, even that isn't problem free, because let's say let's say Taylor Spaces was originally a free mod. It was never a free mod, but let's say it was. And you have 15 houses completely decorated with Taylor Spaces stuff. And then you take off that, and then you add a paid version of it, and it has a different ESM. Well, you just broke all your houses. So, you just broke them all. So, so there has to be a way of, I am not a computer genius, how do I do this, way to fix it. So what I've just, anyway, so that never happens with one of my mods. I am going to, if it's free, it's always going to be free. But generally when I'm putting out a free mod, it's because I'm using that as a learning experience. So like immersive workbenches, I was trying to learn how to do custom workbenches, so you can make workbenches that look like this, that look like just a part of the scenery, and they're not like in your face. This is a workbench, It's like
no.
And so all of those were my first attempt at doing that. That was my learning process of doing that. And so I was like, you know what? I'm just going to put that out for free. And the same thing with the little quest mod that I did in Sidonia, the daily grind. I was basically learning how to do a quest, and so since that was my attempt at learning how to do a quest, I just made it free. So anything that's free, I'm just going to go ahead and put it on Nexus too. So that you made me think of that. Yep. So I think that's what I'm going to do. Anything that was free. Some things I can't, like Noel's greenhouse, because it has a dependency on Galactic Harvest. That can never be on Nexus.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. So I mean, but and I've always tried to include what I can, because a lot of the stuff I do are patches, right? So they don't get to go on Nexus. But like anything that I have that's available for free is been on Nexus. Nexus listing is kind of a pain in the ass. I don't really care for it, but I don't want to. I understand there are people that absolutely don't want to deal with creations, and I understand there are people with creations don't want to deal with Nexus, so I don't want to ostracize any part of the player base, so I throw what I can up on Nexus. And one of the best parts about that I can tell you that's made it worth, like I said, their listing process is horrible compared to creations. Like, it's so streamlined on creations. Like, it's one page, fill everything out, and you're done. Nexus, it's like 12, and it's next and next and next, and save, and next and next and next, and 14 million options and all that. But it's been really nice to see the numbers go up on Nexus for anything that I have posted.
Yeah.
And it's not, oh, well, look at me, I'm getting more downloads. It's, oh, look, Starfield is more healthy than it's ever been because the downloads just keep going up.
Yeah.
And that's and a lot of the, like a handful, like the 3 patches, like I think I've got 3 or 4 patches on there. They're for DSM and another free weapon. So like, yes, that's awesome because I mean, even those are older mods, but they're still getting used, which means there's still a large player base, no matter contrary to what popular media has to say about Starfield. It's still really healthy, more healthy than it's ever been. Yeah. Because the numbers just keep going up across the board.
I had an interesting. So I was looking at Walls of Starfield, which is the big joke for me. Like I look at it and I just groan every time I look at it. Anyway, I looked at the stats on it just because I was curious, and it has 1,800,400 800. Wait, what is it? 1,840 odd thousand plays.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like,
that's amazing.
That's crazy. And I was like, because I'm like, what do you mean? Why are you guys still playing Walls of Starfield? How come you didn't, just do Miss O's better buildable walls and doors? It's funny.
I understand that completely. Like, I mean, that's like my original patch for the PDW. Nizen or Nispit slash what's his Rage? I can't remember his name on Creations. He opened the permissions and Profex grabbed a hold of the PDW and made it something completely different. So I even have made mention of his new version for the DSM, his new version of that rifle with the DSM patch, and I made note of that in mine, just because it was worth pointing people to it because it's so much better. Like, it's phenomenally better. And then it's crazy the amount of plays and numbers that still gets on a daily basis.
Yeah.
So people can say whatever they want. Starfield is alive and well and doing even better every day.
The thing that bothers me is they're always pointing at the Steam numbers. And okay, I'm going to tell you as a verified creator that 3/4 of my downloads on some, and mostly it's like 2/3 of the players that download my mods are Xbox players, which are not counted. So just take that number and multiply it by 3, and that's really more of what it's like.
And I think, oh man, I don't even know what my published number is now. Probably close to 40. Probably close to 40 published mods. I have one singular mod that does better on Nexus than it does on Creations, because the Xbox numbers are so much higher. Just one, and that's the in honor of a hijack mod.
Okay.
It is phenomenally better. It does phenomenally better on Nexus than it does on Creations, and I don't have a problem with that. It's a super niche mod for a lot of people that unfortunately didn't know an amazing human being, and it's small. It's the 3 items, that are just for decoration. So I wasn't looking for big numbers for that or anything of the sort. It was just one of those, I wanted a way to immortalize somebody in the game that we both love so much.
Yeah.
And, it was the reason why we met. And, but it does phenomenally better on Nexus. And it's the only one, like I said, out of 40 published mods, it's the only one that has better numbers. More or less, that's a direct comparison for me. Nexus is PC, and Creations is Xbox. The Xbox numbers always carry the Creation because we get a split listing for PC too. We can see the numbers on it, but I think one of the highest differentials I had on a mod was 8-1. There were 8 Xbox downloads for a single PC download.
Well, you know what's really weird? The only one that's about half and half, although I think now it's still Xbox is still stomping it, is Cosmic Cheer. A lot of PC players picked up Cosmic Cheer. So, and actually I need to talk to Shadow Weaver about it because I was thinking about putting that up on Nexus too.
Yeah.
Or even letting her put it up on Nexus if she wanted to, because then then we could both kind of get credit for it a little bit more.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, absolutely. But it's definitely, like you said, as long as it's not got any paid dependencies or anything like that, I definitely try to throw it up on Nexus, because I don't want to ostracize a player group as much as I dislike Nexus, and that's just personal opinion. There's not anything wrong with it. I just personally don't like it. I still try to use it because I want everybody to enjoy whatever I've got out there that won't get me in trouble with Nexus or Creations by having them listed in both places. So
yeah.
It's just like the two paid mods I've got out right now, both achievement friendly. Their free version is available on Creations and Nexus both. It's one of those, I was asked a couple times and was like, okay, why not? I'd have charged less for both of those mods if I could, but unfortunately the minimum's 100, so.
Oh, I see the blanket now.
Yeah, yep. It's a dingy red color. It doesn't look it, but it's definitely a dingy red color.
Wait, hold on.
Like I said, that was definitely Mr. Fuzz who suggested that. Yeah, there's a lot of suggestions from people, in the community that, was why not, right? It works. I think yours might be a little too big, hon.
That's okay. We'll just put
it's all right. There you go. There you go. Perfect. Love it. Already making it better. Look at you go. Yes.
We'll sweet pea it a little bit.
Yeah, like I said, I really thought about making it brighter, but then I went and looked at all the other rooms. I'm like, no, it's a mood, it's a vibe. It needs to be dark. The pirates.
Well, and people can.
Dingy.
The thing is, if it's too bright, you can't really do anything to make it less. But if the darkness bothers somebody, they can just drop a couple candles and it's fine,
Yep.
So it's kind of
Your suggestion, which is permanent, by the way, I have to delete that wall to get a hold of that decal. The space is not for the weak. I got it too close to the wall, and it's like embedded in there now. I can't click on it. I have to delete the wall or move the wall out of the way to be able to click on that decal. And even then, it's nightmare fuel. But I love that you made that suggestion when I was streaming to the Discord, and I was like, yeah, why not, right? So.
Oh, I love it.
But.
Yeah.
I
get rid of it. I love it.
Oh no, it's staying. It's permanent.
Oh, I didn't even realize there was a door here.
Oh yeah,
that's great. I love that.
There was this was a really good dive into. There's a lot of NIF scope work that happened here that might not seem like it, and there's even some blender like that helmet on the. Yeah.
I mean, I know that this was a crap ton of work. Just this little tiny part. Gosh.
Yep. Again, with the projected decals, they're on their own separate layer, so I can turn those markers off because they are ridiculous on that grill. There's got to be 24 projected decals on that grill alone.
Oh yeah, no, I can see them.
For all the
I've used
for all the splatter. And,
I've used that one. I've used a lot of these.
Yep.
In the fireplace.
Yep.
So, yep.
But yeah, and. Learned that, projected decals are important for making a place feel lived in and dingy. And so there's streaks and stuff all over the walls and on the floor. And,
you got to put like little pathways, kind of make it look like people, walk there kind of thing.
Yeah. So this was a huge learning experience. Like I had already been dabbling quite a bit in the render window and doing interior spaces, stuff that, people on the Discord have been lucky enough to see, other stuff that I don't know if it'll make it to the light of day, but it was a lot of early level stuff. And then this was really a deep dive and quite a bit of learning. Like that helmet that's on the spacesuit workbench. I had to blender that the visor piece, the visor that's got the scotch taped eye on it. See this the collar piece?
Oh wow!
That material is actually built into that visor for whatever reason. That collar piece is actually built into that visor. So I had to take that visor into Blender and cut that material, that
Wow.
collar off of it, just so I could have it set on the workbench. Now, I could have hidden it. In another piece, but it was one of those, I want this section to be open for something, because I know somebody will want to put something right here by the workbenches. I'm not sure what, but I got a strong feeling they'll want a box or something. So I need to have that piece free and clear. So that was, one of the things that really drove me to Blender. And this has been a long time coming as far as this mod goes, and it's been a lot of learning, and I've been really fortunate enough to have an amazing group of people to support me and help me in every step of the way.
That is so cool. I just realized when you were saying that helmet is totally disassembled on this bench.
Yeah. Yep.
I mean, that is
the whole
really
thing.
neat.
The maelstrom is the same way. The maelstrom is completely disassembled. There's a handful of pieces and parts.
Wow. That is
butt
really
stocks,
cool.
magazines, tool tray. There's extra barrels in there, optics in one of those little trays. My little CF made with the bullets. Those are actually 6.5 CT bullets. The hammer on the left was a little Easter egg from myself. For anybody that is a mechanic who uses social media, has probably come across a fella. His whole shtick, his gimmick is hit it with your purse. And he has a 12-pound sledgehammer that is wrapped in a purse. And I absolutely hee-haw at that dude's videos, because I know the situation he's in. We've lived the same life. So that's my little shout out. I don't think he plays video games, but it's anybody that knows or is a mechanic will appreciate that. And it's hit it with your purse. That literally saved in the creation kit is hit it with your purse. There's only
so
like 2
funny.
purses in all of Starfield.
Oh, really? Well,
Yeah.
what's...
Yeah. Yep.
Oh, yeah, you see
at
him
least-
carry them all over
Yeah.
the place, right?
Yeah. Yeah, but there's only like 2 variants of it.
Yeah,
So, yeah.
it's really cool.
Mad Rocks, you're late. We've done looked at all of it, man.
I
We've done
know, you're
looked
gonna have to look
all
at the
of it.
video.
Slacker. You're gonna have to watch the VOD.
Yeah.
Mad Rocks was a huge inspiration for a lot of this too. Give credit where credit's due, because
Oh, yeah. Oh, my
he
gosh.
does phenomenal work. Oh, one of these days I'll be on his level.
Yeah, I will probably never be on Mad Rox's level. I'm not even gonna lie to myself that that's true. He's a literal,
Oh, well.
he's a literal real life interior designer. So anyway, yeah, I mean, I know I'm not gonna magically have how many years of experience, Mad Rox, do you have in interior design? Like decades, right? I mean, it's not just Yeah, 25. Yeah. I'm not going to magically have 25 years of experience in interior design, so.
Oh, well,
Oh, well.
I can always aspire,
no, I
right?
might. I can start doing that, and I'll be.
Yeah, you can start now.
I'll be 80. I'll be about 79 when I'm done. Having that much.
Oh, man.
It's awesome.
Yep. And like I said, this was just a lot of, there's a lot of small things, a lot of small details in here that I threw in that, most people might not see, but mattered to me. And
Well, what's funny is I saw him. I was in here
months
last
and
night.
months.
You can ask old man. I was in here last night on the ground, like looking at everything. This is how I look at stuff. I'm like,
Well, yeah.
Look at that.
I'm
I
glad.
love that.
I even sent this to Karotic, because he is phenomenally good at finding small stuff like that. And I was so excited when I got his. Well, here's 3 little things, but here's my stamp of approval with it. I was like, yay! I'm making it somewhere.
yeah, this is great. I love it. I can't wait to. I'm gonna, go through and read every slate and do all that. I didn't want to.
Wicked watched me put the bolt heads for the brackets that hold that safe down. He was like, seriously, dude? Like, seriously? Was that needed? And I'm like, yes, for me, it was needed.
Yeah. That's funny.
Yeah. He was like, so you bolted it to the floor and then you chained it down. I'm like, it's on the key, sir. I mean,
Right.
if they can't get in it, they're just liable to take the entire thing. So, extra layers of protection, they got to work for it.
Yep. That's great. Yeah, I remember the night because I was helping you find.
Yep.
I found that Greeble for you.
Yep,
was like,
that
what about
switch
this
panel.
one?
Yep, that was you. Like I said, there's so much here that I have to thank the community for, because there were so many suggestions, because I was streaming it. I wasn't trying to hide anything. If somebody beat me to the punch or come out with one better, it is what it is.
Yeah.
We're not in really, it's not competition or anything. It's just, we're all trying to get awesome stuff out there for players to enjoy. And it was, so I was streaming it to the Discord every night. I was working on it, and people were coming in with some amazing suggestions, which really, I have a hard time. I can do the technical side of things, but making it feel lived in is a thing that I feel like I struggle with. And it's a lot of the small things that people come in and it's like, well, this would be cool here, this would be cool there, and it really helped bring it all together. So, I mean, not a full-blown community creation, but a lot of it has been, a lot of the small details have come from community suggestions, and I cannot thank people enough for that. Like, I'm super proud of this one. I've never really thought I was going to be insanely proud of anything I've done, but this one it's changed the direction of where I wanted to go in the creation kit.
Yeah.
I'm kind of content with doing this, like doing the player home stuff. So, Sold Series is the Singularity Operative Lodging Department. So I have an entire branch of a company that I've designed for in-game that was supposed to be more ship parts than anything. Now has player home stuff.
All right, Mad Rocks, you probably missed this, bud, but look at this. So you put stuff in this drop crate, and I love that you can do it from the ship. I thank you for that.
Mm-hmm.
So you can just see. It has organic stuff too, right? I don't think I tried that one yet.
Yeah, yeah.
All right, so I'm gonna do that.
Yeah, you can send all that in there. You can send it all. Like I said, there's only a handful of things that don't sort: books, slates, digipicks, ship parts.
Okay, watch. And then it goes. Look, there it is. Liquids. It like puts everything in separate things. I just think that's really cool. I know, right? And it sorts. Look. It sorts like spacesuits, apparel, weapons, boost packs. That's pretty neat, isn't it? So you don't have to like go through the big giant list. You can just go through your boxes. That's pretty neat. I really like that.
Yeah, like I said, I tried to give as many little, because I know how I am. Ooh button, ooh clicky.
Where's the button?
Yeah, so there's a lot of buttons in here. A lot.
Okay. Where's the button?
That's the workbench button. Or are you trying to get to trinkets? If you back up a little bit, you'll probably hit it. There you go.
Okay. Yeah, there's trinkets.
Yeah.
Manufactured goods. Yep. Pretty cool.
Oh yeah, I forgot. The behind the computer is the star map. I almost forgot that. I just realized we hadn't even talked about that. Straight up, the big screen.
Oh, okay.
Ad Astra. The star map. You can fast travel from the player home.
Oh wow. That's really cool. Oh, that's really cool. Heck with.
Yeah.
Wow.
And so the ship services, that is Star Yard level of credits. You can. It has a very nice selection. The higher level you get, the better ships you get. It resets every 2 days.
Nice.
So you can sell and go sleep on the bed twice and get up and sell again. A whole slew of ships. It's fully unlocked. So it includes all ship services, vendor keywords. Mm-hmm. So you should have availability of almost everything.
Nice. All right, let's see.
That's the point, Mad Rocks. You can sit at the chair and use every screen in that corner.
Yeah, you missed that. Look, you got. Hold on. You got your mission board. You got a trader. You got your star map. You got your bounty clearance. And ship services all in one spot. You can literally just.
And then the singularity network for all your lore needs there.
Yeah.
That helps build quite a bit of lore. There's a lot of banner back and forth between Singularity members.
Yeah, and it's hilarious too. I don't want to ruin all the surprises for you guys, but it's pretty fun. You can just sit here and read all that. I just can't get over that you can just fast travel everywhere. That's fantastic.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, all in one spot. And hold on,
like
because you missed this too. So we got
trying to compact everything I could into a small area.
You got the drinks. You got clearing your boo-boos. Afflictions, healing. Yeah, I love it when you can make the
enhanced
bathroom.
Mirror.
Yeah, the enhanced mirror.
Yep.
Yeah,
the sit on the toilet, that was a request by Sith because I don't know. It doesn't do anything, you just sit there. But it's on the toilet, so.
Because Sith.
Yeah, because Sith. So.
That's funny.
Yeah.
All right.
So that was, it's been real fun, and I cannot wait to get this to you all. Like I said, just a couple little things and a couple pieces of lore that need finished, edited and finished out, and then hopefully it'll be ready for submission. So hopefully soon. Like I said, I'm not going to put any timeline on it, but I'm hoping for the week, the end of the week, but we shall see. End of next week. It's Saturday. Yeah. Week doesn't start till Sunday, so end of next week.
All right, well, I'm going to use this because I want to try this. Let's see. I knew that since we're only going to be talking about 2 mods, that I'm going to go ahead and talk about my update real quick.
Well, thank you, Kat, and thank you, Mad. I greatly appreciate that. Mad, that means so much coming from you, sir. I don't even know how to react.
Oh, I know. I can't wait. How's your little thing going on, Mad Rocks?
Yeah.
How's it going?
Starkey win. Starkey win, damn it.
This place work in spite of the odds. They could go to an easy world and tend flowers all day, but the struggle to exist fuels them here.
Working as we speak. Oh, good. There you go.
And this is something else that's awesome, right? Like,
Yeah, we sit here and work on mods as we watch each other.
Yeah, but it's the community, right? Like, I mean, there's so many. Like ran into Mad Rocks. I never in the world thought I would be on speaking terms with him because I'd seen all his work and how I was enamored with it, right? So absolute fangirl moment when he actually sent me a PM because I had did a patch that he was getting ready to do, and it was for the Kensha Neon Vertigo mod. Right, his Kensha apartment, Neon Vertigo. If you had both of those and you went into his phenomenal apartment, you would have a giant billboard in the living room. And I was like, no, this cannot happen. I finally got Neon. After they did the big update, the stuttering went away. The stuttering in Neon for me was always horrible. And it would actually, it would cause me to get nauseous.
Mm-hmm.
And I couldn't do it. And so then he finally did that update, and it took away the stuttering in the major city cells. I was like, oh, well, we're modding the heck out of Neon, and we're just going to make this everything I've always wanted it to be. And I seen his apartment, and Neon Vertigo really helped fill in the city, gave it a little more feel, bigger feel like it should have been, which I mean, I understand why they didn't. These are all things I understand, but it was, I was going through on stream in that apartment, just every little button, every little detail. Like, guys, this is next level. There is hardly anybody that can compete with this. Go out and get anything that has his name on it. This is phenomenal. And I cut the corner into the living room, and there's a billboard in there. I'm like, no. So I knew I wanted to stream and go back and mess more with the apartment the next night. So I made that patch as soon as I got off stream. I made the patch. I threw together some real sloppy art for it and sent it. And Mad messaged me and was like, hey man, thanks. You did that real quick. And I'm like, oh my God, this dude messaged me. What am I going to do?
That's funny. That's so funny. So... Okay.
Oh, well, but like I said, it's the sense of community. Like, I've been part of bigger communities and stuff, and some people are harder to talk to. Egos get in the way, and whatnot. I haven't found that yet in Starfield.
Yeah.
There's not anybody that, that I would consider a titan of modding, that I've not messaged and not had an absolute amazing interaction with.
Yeah.
Like, one of the ones that I still can't get over, and she would stab me if she were here for this, was Tank Girl.
Oh yeah.
Just, and it was same for Mad. It was Wicked too. Like, when in Wicked, I've been fortunate enough that he's kind of took me under his wing, and he's helped coach me through all this stuff, and everybody's done that in their own way. But it's been, message Downfall. I mean, Downfall does amazing work. And helps lead the way on some of this stuff. And I messaged Downfall about random questions at random times, and she's always quick to respond and is absolutely kind. Yeah. There's not been anybody that I've had a bad reaction with. And I'm not the easiest person to get along with from time to time. And I've never, it's amazing what kind of community we have in Starfield, and baby or not, in the modding world, it's going to accelerate if it keeps this up.
Mm-hmm. Definitely. I mean, yeah, I got an interview with King Gath next week, which I never,
you got that. Awesome.
In a million years, never thought that would happen. Yeah. I mean, so yeah, everyone has actually been really nice. And what's funny is he's just a really busy guy. It's not, I've been trying to get the interview for 6 months, but it's not because he thinks he's all that and all that. It's just that he's got a family and he runs 2 businesses. So it's not that easy to carve out the time. But yeah, everyone has been really, really great. Mm-hmm. I mean, I've had 0 people say, well, no, I'm not going to do the PC showcase because, I'm way better than you. I've never had that.
No, and really honestly, this is one of the only communities you can find that in.
Right.
I like I said, I have dealt with some real doozies of communities where the ego is so inflated, but with Starfield, like I said, everybody that I have reached out to, it has been absolutely amazing, and I don't care to fangirl. I appreciate the work, and it's crazy. I still have a hard time accepting it that people get excited over my stuff. I'm horrible about self-deprecation, and this community has really helped get me past that. And I'm working on it. We're still working on it, but yeah. All right, Kat.
Yeah. All right, we'll
but yeah, it's been amazing. So,
well, thank you so much for sharing this work with us. I know everyone is gonna be getting that. I mean, I'm totally getting that.
Like I said, I'm not even worried about the numbers. I know it's a niche little spot, but it was just one of those things that I had to do. Like I had to make it better because us fleeters, we got to stick together. So
yeah, yeah, exactly.
So, but yeah, no, thanks again for having me so soon. I know we didn't, like I said, I just really wasn't ready to talk about it last time, and I know it's still not complete, but. You're 100% right. You got to start building the hype, getting the word out there for it. So,
yeah,
soon.
Definitely.
Trademark soon. But thanks again for having me, Sweet Pea. I greatly appreciate it. I really do. So.
All right. Thank you so much. All right. Take care.
All right. Later, y'all.